We all picture it, growing old in the house we love, surrounded by memories. But what if the very home you think will protect you is quietly draining your savings, draining your health, and weighing down your family? That's a hidden cost no one wants to talk about until reality forces the conversation. Hi, I'm Vicki Joern, a financial advocate who helps people navigate major life transitions. And today, we're digging into a tough but necessary topic, the hidden cost of staying in your home as you age. Most of us, or our parents, say, I'll never leave my home. But very few have looked closely at what that really means, financially, physically, or emotionally. And sometimes, those costs don't show up until it's too late. Before we go any further, I'd love for you to click that subscribe button below, share this with a friend, or give it a like. It helps others find these conversations and maybe just the encouragement they need right now. My brother and I have always assumed my dad would never leave the house. He and my grandfather had built it with their own hands. In fact, I took my first steps there as a child. Every wall had history, every corner carried memories. That home wasn't just a building, it was part of who he was and who we were. But when my dad was diagnosed with dementia, things started to change. As time passed, the work at keeping up the house became overwhelming for he and my mother. My mom was already stretched thin caring for him. Suddenly that house, the symbol of security, became another layer of stress. Then one day, Dad shocked us. He told us he wanted to sell the house. Not because he didn't love it, but because he realized the upkeep, the maintenance, the responsibility were more than my mom could handle on top of caring for him. We were fortunate. We were blessed. My dad had the clarity to see what needed to be done. He let go of the attachment. And in doing so, he gave my mom and all of us a gift. Less fertile, less stress, and more space to focus on what mattered most, our family, him, making sure that we're all together and doing the right thing. But I often think about what could have happened if he hadn't made that decision. Because the reality is, many families don't get that moment of clarity, and the emotional attachment can become an expensive and exhaustive trap. Our homes carry our stories, the birthday candles blown out in the kitchen, the laughter in the backyard, the quiet moments after loss. But as the years pass, the home that once gave comfort can quietly become a source of stress. I once spoke with a client whose dad refused to install grab bars in the bathroom. In the shower, he said, that makes me feel old. And a few months later, he felt twice. The hospital bills, the physical therapy, and the home recovery costs were far more expensive, emotionally and financially, than a few simple safety changes. The truth is, love for a home doesn't lower the property taxes or stop inflation from driving up the cost of groceries, utility, or insurance. Every year, those silent costs creep up, but we don't always notice because they rise slowly, like water in a bucket when it's raining. If this topic is resonating with you, maybe you're caring for a parent or thinking about your own future, please take a moment to subscribe so you don't miss the next episodes. These are the kinds of real-life transitions we need to prepare for together. Let's look at some of the actual numbers. Even if your mortgage is paid off, most retirees spend 3 to 5% of their home's value every year on maintenance and repairs. On a $300,000 home, that's $9,000 to $15,000 every year. And that's before you add inflation, which has made everything from roofing to plumbing more expensive in recent years. Property taxes often rise 2 to 5% a year. Homeowners insurance can jump 10% or more annually, especially in states like Texas with storm risk. And home modifications, like a wheelchair ramp, a stairlet, or a bathroom remodel, can easily cost thousands. Then there's in-home caregiving. National averages run about $25 to $30 an hour. For part-time care, you're looking at roughly $2,000 a month. Full-time care can exceed $7,000 to $10,000 a month, often higher than many assisted living communities. I once met a widow who proudly said, "My house is paid off. I am sad." But over 5 years, she spent nearly $100,000 on maintenance and part-time help. The mortgage was gone, but her retirement savings disappeared instead. The hardest costs to measure are the ones that affect the people who love you. When parents age at home, the cost savings often shift to adult children, and it's not always financial. It's emotional and logistical. Grown children live out of town, the challenge multiplies. In my case, if my parents had stayed in their home in a small town in Missouri while I was living here in Texas running a business and raising a family, it would have been overwhelming. I would have been traveling back and forth and paying for last-minute flights, missing client meetings, and staying worried if they were okay. I couldn't have counted on my local relatives. They were dealing with their own aging parents and their own health issues. My brother and I were fortunate. My dad made the decision he did. Many people aren't so lucky. That's the hidden toll we don't talk about. The strain on family members trying to do the right thing from miles away. I'm not here to say staying in your home is wrong. For some, it's absolutely the right decision, but it requires planning. Downsizing earlier can reduce stress, free up cash flow, and make day-to-day living more manageable. Moving to a one-story home, a retirement community, or a senior-friendly condo doesn't mean giving up independence. It often means protecting it. Assisted living might look costly on paper, but when you add up property taxes, maintenance, rising utilities, and caregiving hours, it's often not as far apart as people think. The key is choice. The best time to decide where you live is now. It isn't during a health crisis. It's while you still have options, the energy, and time to plan. So what can you do now before it becomes a crisis? Number one, walk through your home and make a list of safety or maintenance issues that could become problems later. Number two, estimate what you currently spend each year on upkeep, insurance, and taxes. Then compare that to downsizing or community living, what that might say. And number three, talk openly with your family about your preferences and listen to theirs. If your children live far away, think about what that really means for emergencies or future caregiving. Number four, build flexibility in your plan. Inflation isn't going away, and costs like utilities, food, and insurance will continue to rise. And number five, explore ways to fund future care. Like hybrid life or long-term care policies or structured savings designed for aging expenses. Your home should remain a blessing, not a burden. But that only happens when you prepare before a crisis, not during one. Planning ahead gives you freedom, the kind that protects both your finances and your family's peace of mind. Your home holds a lifetime of memories, but it should never hold you back from living the life you deserve. Planning ahead isn't about giving up your independence, it's about protecting it and making sure your home remains a blessing, not a burden. If you have any questions or you'd like someone to walk with you and help you prepare, I'd be honored to help you. You can call me at 832-698-2010 or visit our website at bfinancialpartners.net. And remember, always be financially prepared for the today and the uncertainties of tomorrow.